So, Roll20. Everybody's making a how-to, and everybody's showing to do this, and so we're going to do it too. We're just going to look over why we use it, what I like about it, dislike about it. Roll20 is our tabletop. It creates an area, a virtual area online, so that we can play our 5e online, and we can all see the visual representations. You can see here we got a Horde Loots. Yeah, that's the Horde of the Dragon Queen that we're currently doing. By the way, I highly advise the marketplace. These guys make a living off this stuff, and many of them make some great products. So support your creators. Check it out. So I'll go ahead and launch the game here, and we'll start going over some of our positive and negatives that we get out of Roll20, why we use it. The YAR'S that are involved here. Of course, we'll see what's been going on. Ooh, monkey with this crit roll. Oh, never mind. That's just monkey messing around. It's web-based. Everything we do is web-based. We love it. I know. There's ups and downs to it, but we've got a couple of programmers and JavaScript writers, so anything web-based is it's our meat and gravy, and it works well. It's stable. It does the job that's made to do. It has unlimited resources, and by that I truly mean unlimited. There are so many Dungeons and Dragons and other role-playing games, Pathfinder and Call of Cthulhu, you name it, Starfinder. Those people are out there. They're making stuff for Roll20 left and right. You can find support anywhere for this game. It's insane. Or I shouldn't say game, tool. This tool. It's free. It's free and it's free. And that's just like Discord, it's free. However, the subscription is also very worthy, especially for a GM like myself, as it opens up a whole spectrum of libraries and tools and things that I can use. So yeah, subscribe if you really enjoy Roll20. Helps these guys out too. I like the way it works with the layers. You have the map layer, the GM layer, the item layer. I am used to using things like Photoshop, GIMP, drawing programs that utilize layers, and so this is kind of native for me. It allows me to make things just appear when I've got to shove an ogre in people's faces, and they go, "Where the hell did that come from?" Well, it came from the GM layer. But it also allows me to break things out into organization. So layers is a big thing for me. It has interactive chat. The chat bar you can see over here. The combat, I say interactive because all the combat goes in there. And it's interactive in the way that you roll, and then you can actually click on the roll and go to the next step. Like an unarmed strike, you could then click the unarmed strike, and then it rolls the actual damage for you. So it goes through a system on the chat that helps all your players keep track of where the progress is going, because you're not right there in front of each other. You're going through the internet. So sometimes you can lose a little bit of body language and thought process of where are we as a group in this. That interactive chat is very powerful, very important. The journal system. The big one here is that, granted, we have a module in here and has all this information, but my players love to do their own journals as well. They create a general notes so the players can then track things that are happening, and they can all share that information amongst each other. So as they're progressing through a campaign, they can keep track of especially weighty names that come across, Flagger Black, the Demon Slayer. I was like, who was that? Flagger what? We got a guy from Starfinder. We just call him Triscuits because we couldn't even pronounce his name. Those go in the general notes. But it gives the players the chance to keep that online notepad. And the asset library, holy moly. Guys, this asset library is off the hook. I can create an encounter with a asset library, just to bring a map in, bring a bunch of creatures in, bring and boom, 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 in 3 to 5 minutes, like that. And that's without planning. And then when you are planning, you have a million other things. I cannot stress enough how great the asset library is. Not only the free assets, but the premium assets, as well as the ones you get with the subscriptions. For our GM, I cannot go big time. And the sound of the music is actually pretty cool. You can create environmental sounds. load them into your games. You can even attach, if you've got coders that are playing with it, you can attach sounds to actions. I got one who was playing around with his sword strikes, miss, hit, you get a different action, get a different sound for each one. Communication systems, it has a built-in communication. Now, this is a good system, but we actually still prefer the Discord over that. However, this one is effective and it allows for both audio and visual. So if you aren't using Discord, I highly suggest just sticking with the Roll20. The meh that comes across is it's Chromium. It struggles sometimes. It's not, I don't think it's really Chromium based as per se, but it does struggle on the web, especially recently. And I wouldn't say that's because of them. That may be more of a traffic issue. It's a non-specialized VTT system, virtual tabletop. And the only difficulty with that is it's not for just 5e or just Pathfinder or just Starfinder or just Call of Cthulhu or just any of the Shadow, realms or Rifts or whatever, you name it. So to stay generalized and be usable by everything, it has to open itself up, open source in a way. And unfortunately, in some cases, that means like character sheets and whatever are a little bit loose in the programming. They work, but you have to know and keep track of what you're doing. It's not as simple. It's not always a simple click, click, you're done. Sometimes it gets a little bit of wiggy and wonky in there. Luckily, we have some coders in our group, including myself, and we can get around it. And there are some third-party tools out there, but it sometimes struggles because it is open. With the open code architecture. So again, it gets a little wonky in there. You can even see there's command lines over here with the /roll and all that. Granted, there's mouse clicks for them too, but sometimes that can be a little bit iffy for those who are not fully into that. And the communication system is not the clearest, which is one reason why we stick with the Discord. We get tinny sounds sometimes with it, as well as the video gets choppy. But I think that's probably because they're pushing everything through their servers, and we kind of split the load up by using Discord. However, that's not too many mehs. The mehs are, the YAR'S are awesome. So overall, this is a fantastic tabletop system, and we enjoy it. And our group has no problems really using it. Like I said, every now and then we'll have a little bit of a crash, but it's worth it. Absolutely worth it. So, thumbs up to Roll20.